Akpabio is denied sack notice as the Senate agree to return Natasha to office. Yes, my dear listeners, I greet you. I greet everybody listening to us through this very channel. You are all welcome to the Lord TV. Yes, the issue going on between Natasha and Akpabio is now, being hijacked politically now. Now the Senate itself is becoming very, very confused. They don't even know what to follow. Now, do you know what is happening now in the Senate? What is happening now in the Senate is that the Senate are denying that they never received any notice of resumption. That is what they are lying. Yes, they are lying that they did not receive any notice of resumption from Senator Natasha, or that they did not receive any letter from the court that Natasha should return back to the Senate. So now they see these people. So now, who are they now calling the liar? They are calling the court a liar, and they are calling Natasha a liar. Even if they call Natasha a liar, that would have been better. But they call the court a liar. In fact, the Senate clerk need to be questioned for this very act. I'll be taking you through a video where you hear everything clearly the way it's been said. Please spare me just a little bit of time as I drop this news behind for you.
See, madam, you cannot come back now. You can't come back now. We still have a case in court. And now that court now will determine whether you will come back or you don't come back. Now where all of us did now. All this noise we don't do on top social media. Now waiting cause of this. Clark tell Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you cannot come back. You can't come back. We have a case in court. And remember, now the same Senate we tell court say you people don't have any right to interfere in our matter. Our rules is our rules. Now the same Senate now they tell their own Senator Natasha when they suspend for 6 months illegally. Say they have to depend on a court that they initially say they don't have a say in their matter. They have to now depend on that same court to do what? For her to come back. Double standard. Are you getting it now? Ayana, the spokesperson of the Senate, one Obani, and I your screen. This one's a bit talking now. Watch him defend the rubbish. In fact, he will even deny say Natasha no even right to the Senate. See, she did not write to the Senate. It's all right.
Actually supports the Senate's insistence that the senator cannot resume until the Court of Appeal decides.
Which Senate? Has there been any response formally by the Senate? Was the Senate ever written by Senator Akpabio that she wants to resume, and the Senate has responded to that? I don't know. Can you point out any response by the Senate to Akpabio? Is there any response from the Senate?
Is the Senate denouncing the purported letter written by the acting clerk, Senator Advocate?
It's not a question of denouncing. The proper procedure, which I think the lawyers of Senator Akpabio should be advised, is that they should do the right thing. The letter should have been addressed to the leadership of the Senate, and that is the chairman of the National Assembly, the Senate President. Or in the alternative, there are lawyers who are in this particular matter that is in court, both at the lower court and the Court of Appeal. They should have addressed the letter to the lawyers representing the parties in the matter, saying, look, the 6 months suspension has actually expired, is about expiring, that they want to ensure that the woman resumes, upon a lapse of, whenever the Senate resumes. Presently, the Senate is on recess. I hope you are aware of that.
We resume on the 24th of September. Senior Advocate, what I was referring to really is the flex letter that cites sub judice. Just a minute, sir. That cites sub judice because the Federal High Court already seemed to have ruled against the suspension. Shouldn't the Senate comply with the judgment?
I don't understand. Which court ruled against suspension? Which of the courts?
Well, the court in some way or the other appealed to the Senate to allow the distinguished resume duty.
You are talking about an appeal and also asked them to review their rules. There was no judgment. That's what we've been saying all along. Can I answer your question? What I'm saying is that the Senate presently is on recess. Immediately, the Senate resumes. Every matter that pertains to Natasha'S resumption will be dealt with. And I can assure you that the Senate that is actually a Senate of law that respects the rule of law, we told the line of legality in addressing our issue. I don't think that we are only trying to hit off the politics. There is no reason for all this that is occupying this space. We have more important issue to discuss about our nation. That is issue of insecurity, that is issue of economic issue, and not issue of Natasha. 2 months ago, it was Natasha every day, and all that. We are going back to that same thing, and all because the woman wants to be in the news all the time, and she likes it. She craves it, and they try to paint the institution she wants to go and be a representative. In the bad light. The Senate is on recess, and immediately the Senate resumes. The issue of Natasha will be dealt with, and we'll move on as a nation and all that. So the Senate is on recess presently. So there is nowhere the Senate will want to toe the line of illegality and all that. They will look at it and address the issue. This issue of eating the polity and Natasha occupying the space is what she desires, and we are giving birth to it. We don't really want that to happen.
Allow me to bring in.
The point is this. Presently, the Senate, and I repeat, and I reiterate, the Senate is clearly on recess at this point. When they resume, the issue of faculty's resumption will be addressed by the leadership of the House, and there won't be any issue. The issue of anyone threatening, NSC has a lot of more things to do in terms of welfare of workers, rather than probably begin to now line up to go and say, calling Nigerians out to come and protest against Akpabio. Akpabio is only an individual. She's not the first senator to be in the Senate, and she won't be the last. So this issue of a first timer, causing so much chaos in the system, and everyone is making her headline and all that, to me, is of no consequence. The issue will be addressed by the leadership of the Senate. They are lawful. It's a lawful institution. They follow legality. They have not done anything wrong. She was not allowed to be resumed by the court. There was no time the court made any ruling. The court would have, the Senate would have obeyed if there was any such thing.
Food is ready.
Wow, my dear listeners, this is error. This is an error. So you can now see the politics they are trying to play. The court has given a judgment that you should allow Natasha to resume office. They are not saying that you should that the Senate will need to resume recession. At least she has an office in the Senate. So since they say allow her to resume office, it's not the Senate, both the Senate and office, and because the lady have a lot to do in office according to her. What I think the Senate is trying to do is they don't want this lady to resume the time the court already have said that it should resume. Now, what is this senior advocate trying to say? That Natasha has always want to appear on the headline that Nigerian government that the Senate have a lot to discuss about insecurity, the economy, and all. Why didn't they pay attention to all of this and allow Akpabio to make nonsensical of the Senate? It's Akpabio that warranted all of this. If they have called Akpabio to order earlier when this issue escalated, and try to work things out with him, and not trying to cover Akpabio up, Natasha wouldn't have gone this far. Natasha went this far because she saw that the senators are standing in support and in gap for Akpabio, so she cannot take it because she knows that Akpabio is a powerful man. So she have to find a help by meeting the international community, and it is the involvement of the international community that made the voice of Natasha to be heard. So you're saying that we cannot allow the discussion of Natasha to occupy the whole space. It's not it. Even apart, this matter is also a very important matter, because this matter has really rubbished this very nation. Do you know the level that Nigeria is now in the world because of this nonsensical that the Akpabio office has brought to us? Since the existence of of that very office of the Senate President, who have you ever heard that practice that which Akpabio has just practiced, aside from him himself? And this is what he has been doing, not today, but always, in every office that he is occupying as a leader. He did it as NDDC chairman. He did it as a governor of Akwa Ibom. Now he's doing it as a Senate president. Why always Akpabio? Have you asked yourself that question? Why? I think this idea of having a foundation to fight against sexual harassment of women, I think it's a very good one. At least that will help to seat some of those men that think that they can always have their way on women and go scot free. You understand? It will really help them to sit up, because to me it is nonsensical and it's not welcoming. Please, my dear listeners, let's share this video and let it go viral. Thank you.